From Studio 3 at Buzz TV, it's The Horse's Mouth with Tom McManus.
All right, welcome into another edition of The Horse's Mouth here on Buzz TV. Of course, at Tommy Max, at my bar, meeting some great people today, talking technology and donuts. Of course, they go together. Brought to you by TruckCrashLaw.com and Carpet Man Flooring. Let's welcome in the panel. Dasha Tyshlek is here from StatCraft Inc. How are you, Dasha?
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Tell us about StatCraft.
Yeah, so when companies are growing, oftentimes they kind of are building a plane while they're flying it, and sometimes they're flying it a lot and they're not building it out very fast.
Okay.
And so as they start to grow, maybe exceeding 20 to 30 people, the processes that used to work for a small team no longer work. So I come in and I work as an executive on the team to help craft a strategy, develop the planning and the processes that are necessary for that company to be able to scale without sacrificing quality to the product or the services that they're providing to their customers.
So they have to hit certain barriers for those changes to take place, I would imagine?
I find that around 30 to 50 people, the CEO is no longer able to directly interface with every person every day or every week.
Right.
And so now the processes that work in a 5 or 10 person team are no longer functioning. And now the information is getting lost, or silos are being created, or the process just gets confusing for new people who are coming in. And so I like to come in when a company is between 30 and 50 people if possible, because that's when we can create a foundation. Now, I've also done it with companies that are bigger than that who didn't create the foundation. So then we have to do a little bit of change management and help everybody kind of reset. But it really helps a company grow.
How long have you been doing that for?
So I've been doing it within companies for about 10 years. But I started StatCraft just a couple months ago to do this for a lot of different companies at the same time.
Love our entrepreneurs. Keep it going. Great to have you on the show. And Shidarion Clark's here from Landon Technologies.
Thank you.
How deep we getting into IT, Shidarion?
How deep do you want to go? Honestly, so Landon Technologies is an IT MSP. One of the things that we really pride ourselves on is the cybersecurity piece and cloud migration. The way the world's working right now, there's a lot of bad actors out there. There's a lot of people that want to get your information. We want to protect you from that. So that's our main goal. Now, on the other side, we have a DoD sector. So we do a lot of acquisition strategy, AOA writing, which is analysis of alternatives, which is basically technical writing, just going off of whatever the government, specifically the Air Force, wants to buy and purchasing call for that. So
interesting.
We tend to have our hands in a lot of different things. I know one of the things we're working on right now, which was the camera. I'm not going to tell them, but it's, we're working on a patent right now. I'm not going to go into great detail, but I really feel like it's going to change the IT landscape. Okay,
great. How much of security's massive, right?
Yes.
We have plenty of people that come on here talking about cybersecurity. How much is it human error? Just don't click on the email or the link that doesn't, you know what I mean? Can we not? It's like NFL players gambling on the NFL. You know you're not supposed to gamble on the NFL, you know what I mean? But
I get what you're saying.
How do you stop that? Or can you?
It's funny you bring that up. So I'll even backtrack a little bit. Let's talk about a little bit about ChatGPT and how everyone's like, oh, AI.
Oh, I know,
It's going to take our jobs. It's going to do all this stuff. And in reality, there's always that human element. There's always going to be some sense of human error. You can't replace that. So the best thing that we can do is try to educate the users for the most part. Like you said, it's best if you don't click that. But if it happens, we have you covered. And like she was saying before, there's always processes in between things. So that's how I look at it.
Great to have you on the show, man.
Thank you for having me.
You ready to talk donuts? I know. Izzy Guibas,
Nice
how are
to
you,
meet
my
you, Tom.
friend?
Yes, sir.
And let's see Rebecca Mullin. Hi, Rebecca.
Hi.
Good to see you. Tell us about Parlor Donuts, First Coast.
So Parlor Donuts, we kind of got started about a year ago. Before that, we were like a small craft coffee shop. Rebecca has been an architect and a Florida licensed contractor here for quite a while. And we had a little side hustle with a coffee shop before we discovered Parlor Donuts. And Parlor Donuts is a franchise, but it's a really young franchise. They actually started in 2019, right before COVID, which is kind of crazy. And during COVID, when everything was closing down, they were actually expanding with families and friends. They were actually able to take it across the country. Nashville, Tennessee, Oceanside, California. So they had a good product because it was tough times, as we all remember.
Absolutely.
So we kind of came across them while we were on vacation in Destin, Florida. And we went out for breakfast and said we were on vacation, let's try a donut. It's a lot better. So and they were different. They were a little bit different than your cake used donut. So So we've been at it now for about a year.
How many locations do you have?
So we have, our first location was actually in Fruit Cove, Jonesy Creek area.
Okay.
And that was May of last year. Since then, we've opened one in St. Augustine Beach, Anastasia Island area.
Okay.
And about 3 weeks ago, we opened up Jack's Beach, on
right there
Beach Boulevard.
on Beach, yeah.
So, and we have a fourth one that will be opening up in Fleming Island on 220, probably in about 4 weeks. And our fifth location is being built out in right by World Golf, by Bucky's area, off of I-95.
Yeah. So when you're expanding, like back to these, processes are huge, right? 'Cause
Right.
you got to duplicate it. Now I'm sure the franchisor, they make you do certain things, right?
Certain things,
They want you to do certain things, but you as the franchisee, right? You got to make sure all these things are in place and they're run the right way. And security as well is huge.
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
How do you guys handle that part of it?
You know, one of the things now, my background's been in sales, and like I mentioned, Rebecca's background has been in the building industry. But it's kind of it's a franchise, but it's a family-owned franchise.
Okay.
And we've gotten her 2 daughters involved, my son involved, and we got a lot of different talents. Her daughters have economics and marketing background.
Okay.
My son and his wife both work for Meta. He's a Wharton MBA, so he knows the business side of it.
Okay.
So we've been able to expand fairly quickly because of the team that we have put together. So.
Awesome. All right, we got to take a look at them, right? I looked at them beforehand. They look like.
I'll tell you right now, one of them is missing. We won't say who it was, but yeah, it's a little bit different take than on your traditional cake or yeast donut. It's a buttered layered dough, so it's a little bit more light and airy inside.
Okay. Kind of fluffier.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So it's easy to eat more than one.
How many flavors do you have right there?
I think it's about 24 flavors.
We have 24 total.
Total, okay.
There are 12 different flavors right here.
Wow, we're going to have
11,
to taste test those.
Yeah, absolutely.
I saw a bacon one earlier.
There's bacon, maple bacon, and that's one of the most popular ones.
That's great. That's great. All right, question for the panel. How do you define success? I'm going to start with you, Dasha. You got a new company.
Yeah.
You've been in your space for a long time, but how do you define it?
I think it's important to first know what kind of things really drive you. What's your internal motivational compass and the values that you care about? And it really helps to define, I think, success around being able to live out those values and the impact that you can create with them. Mm-hmm. Because, overall, you have very little control over everything in the world, but you do have control over how you live out your values. So for me, success is defined I really care about building teams, creating really good product that changes the world, innovative technologies. Mm-hmm. And so if I can come into a company that's doing something really valuable for the world and help them succeed and help their team get excited and motivated around the adversity that they may be finding themselves in, overcoming certain challenges, that's success because we're making an impact, we're delivering something beautiful, we're all living out our values with a sense of community around it.
Cool. Shidarion, how about you? Great answer, by the way.
Yeah, it was. It's hard to follow up on that. I would say resiliency, being resilient, having a good sense of balance. One of the things at Atlanta Tech that we like to preach is family first. And it probably helps that most of the company is all veterans.
Yep.
So that's amazing.
Yep.
But just being resilient, understand that you are going to run into some type of roadblock. Don't give up, keep pushing through. And another thing is having a sense of integrity. You have to have that.
Yeah.
If you're willing to compromise that for any type of gain, to me, in my eyes, I feel like you're risking too much, and people are going to look at you differently. Yep. And that reputation is everything when it comes to success. So if you don't have that integrity,
don't sell your soul to the devil is what you're saying. PGA Tour.
Yeah, basically.
I'm just kidding. That was just a little shot. All right, how about you guys? Great answer. And did you serve?
I did.
Oh, thank you for your service. I didn't know that. Thank you very much. We appreciate that. All right, what do you guys say? How do you define success, whether it's with your donut company or just in general?
I think perseverance has a lot to do with it.
Yep.
And I love what Dasha said. That was amazing. And also what Shidarion?
Yep.
Right. Yeah, that's right.
So integrity is definitely huge. I think just caring about what you do and caring about the people that are bringing you up and bringing them up with you is huge. So
no doubt.
To be successful in that.
I asked Dick Vermeil, the great coach, Hall of Fame coach, once at the Super Bowl Radio Row, what's the most important? He said, let them know that you care.
Yeah.
If they know you care, they're going to do whatever.
Yeah, one of the most satisfying things that we've done. I've started this late in my life. I'm 62, so and this is kind of like a
Looking good, man.
But one of the most satisfying things, we started with a small coffee shop. I think we had 12 employees. It's funny because we actually knew Dasha before.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
But now it's over 100 employees. But the thing is, what I enjoy the most is, the comment about family. Our employees have become our family.
Yeah.
And it's an extended family. And we do try to take care of all of them. A lot of them have dinner with us in the evenings.
Cool.
But it's like, watching them grow, I get more satisfaction out of, being able to provide employment for. We employ some kids that are 15 years old. Cool. It's their first job.
Yeah, right.
And I hate to tell you, but they're the best workers.
Yeah.
They are.
Cool.
So that's rewarding.
That's great. All great answers. Thank you so much for being here. Really appreciate it. Hey, make sure you check out all their profiles right there at iwannabuzz.com. You check out this conversation and many more that we have right here at Tommy Mac. So until next time, you stay safe out there and be cool. And we'll see you right here on the Horse's Mouth. Cheers.